Cancer, this is your week ahead astrology forecast from Astrology Motivation by Born Without Boundaries. In this video, we're going to go over the major planetary aspects and transits that are happening this week. And this week is the week of May 19th to the 25th. You guys, if you see me look down, it's because I got my notes. That's what I'm looking at. We're going to start with the very, very broad things, the things that are impacting everybody. And then we're going to focus that in onto what Cancerians should specifically be aware of this week. And then we'll break it into the decans, which will tell you, which will help me tell you what energies are impacting you and your natal sun most profoundly. So to know where your natal sun is located, you'll need your natal chart. Now, you actually don't need your natal chart for this reading, because what I'll do is I will estimate the correlating dates. So as long as you have your birth date, you'll be able to understand this reading, or this reading. But, or this astrology forecast, I should say, because that's what it is. But it's most accurate if you know exactly which degree in Cancer your natal sun is located on. So if your natal sun is located between 0 and 9 degrees, you are a Cancer 1, because your natal sun is located in the first decan, or group of 10 degrees of Cancer. And then if your natal sun is between 10 and 19 degrees Cancer, you are a Cancer 2. And if your natal sun is located between 20 and 29 degrees Cancer, you are a Cancer 3. So, the moon. That's a big event. Yeah, because it's the first new moon that we've had. Well, first of all, it's not an eclipse, because the past two moons have been eclipsed. The past two moons have been an eclipse. So we had the lunar eclipse just 2 weeks ago, and then a month ago on the last new moon, it was a solar eclipse. So there have been a lot of eclipses, which means a lot of change. And here we kind of have a very traditional and open new moon, and it's actually trine to Pluto, which is in a very harmonious position. I'm excited. This is a beautiful new moon. It's happening today. It's happening on May 19th at 28 degrees Taurus, trine to Pluto, which means this is a gentle change, a harmonizing change. The new things and it's almost like fresh start, right? And yes, it will impact some of you guys more than it will others because of where your natal sun is, and we're going to get into that. But that is a big event. We also have some major transits. The sun is transiting into Gemini from Taurus just 2 days after the new moon, and that's on the 21st of May. On the 20th of May, the day before, we have Leo leaving Cancer and transiting into Leo, where it's actually a heck of a lot happier. It's just stronger there. It's more confident. It's more competent. It's more energized. This is a really nice energy. So we're actually getting a lightening. Like things are becoming, like the weight is being lifted and things are becoming brighter. There's more of an optimism in the air. Also, just before this week began, on the 6th of May, we talked about this a little bit last week, Jupiter went into Taurus, which is a really bountiful and abundant energy. It's a robust and succulent and sensuous and just abundant energy. And as long as we stay in abundance with Jupiter and Taurus, that's awesome. If we go overboard into opulence, that could become very toxic. But because Taurus is in a natural sextile to Cancer, there's going to be a lot of lucky happenings that are going on for you guys for the next couple of months. And we're going to get into that as well. Now, the major aspect that's happening this week, and it's going to be happening for the next 4 weeks, it's like till January 15th or something like that, is Jupiter square Pluto. Now, Jupiter square Pluto is intensity, and in fact, if I had to sum it up in one word, I would say relentless. It can get ruthless. Now, relentless is awesome because it means we are getting through this. We're unclogging this clog. But ruthless is, I will blow up this pipe in order to unclog it. we don't want to go there, right? We want to stay in that relentless territory of we will chip away, we will rotor this bitch, but we will get through and everything will be flowing better. Ruthless is a little bit more, I will do anything I need to get what I have to get done. And there can be some major intensity like that around, especially for the next couple of weeks while Mars is in Leo. It's in the first decan of Leo, which means it's in direct opposition to Pluto, and it's square to Jupiter, which means Mars is in the mix, which intensifies everything. It makes everything more pugilistic and more potent. Now, once again, that can also be very good. It's like we are gonna get this new start. And because Pluto is retrograde, it's a little bit, at least overtly, it's more gentle energy. Pluto's never gentle. But when it goes into its retrograde over the summer, it's more investigative. It's quieter. It's not that things aren't happening, but they're not as big. And so there's more relentless to Pluto in retrograde than there is ruthless. And that's kind of actually a good thing, considering it is square to Jupiter and opposite Mars. So we've got a lot working for us. We've got a lot going for us. That's actually really beautiful. In the zodiac sign of Cancer is Venus. Venus is still with us. She'll be with us for another couple of weeks, and she's going to move between 11 or 12 degrees and 18, 19 degrees this week. She moves pretty fast. So primarily she is in the second decan of Cancer. So we'll talk about what that means for you guys. And the moon, is part of the new moon on the 28th on the 19th at 28 degrees Taurus. But check this out, which means that it will be trine to Pluto during this new moon. That's actually a very peaceful energy. It's being able to make peace with things that have hurt you and different kinds of toxins, being able to release those things and find a happy balance again. On the 23rd, this is something that you need to be paying attention to, because on the 22nd, the moon enters Cancer. On the 23rd, it will be in the second decan of Cancer, and it will be conjunct to Venus. That means it's super, super emotional, especially since Venus is square to Chiron. So that could be a time when we feel really, especially Cancer 2s, when you just feel like you're just not good enough, and that you question your value, or you're very, very vulnerable because you have so many doubts, or there's so much that comes up about hurt or pain that has to do with your own self-image. Now, that only lasts a day or for a couple of days for all of Cancers, but I just want you guys to be particularly aware, and we'll get into it, but it's Cancer 2s that are going to be mostly impacted. So let's go into the decans, shall we? So decan 1, 0 to 9 degrees Cancer, you are June Cancerians. If you are a Gemini cusp all the way through maybe like the 29th, 30th of July, you are a Cancer 1. If you want exact, then go get your natal chart. And it's free. All you gotta do is search it. Free natal chart. So many websites do it. You need your birth date, which you already have, your birth time, and your birth location. But that's easy to get. It's all on your birth certificate. So anyway, but that's the estimate about the dates, okay? So it's sort of like June 22nd through the 30th of June. So Cancer 1s, you guys, I am so happy for you all this freaking week. Actually, for a couple of weeks, Jupiter is sextile to your natal sun. Could you say lucky? It's like the best position you can have. It's just so benefic. Opportunities are coming like crazy. Joy, abundance, especially when it comes to financial resources, because Jupiter is in Taurus. I am so happy. It's also simultaneous sextile to sextile to Mercury. What does that mean? It means you're articulate. It means you'll be listened to. It means your brain is sharp. It means you're clever. I mean, all of those things are working for you. This is a great time to advance yourself in work. This is a great time to put yourself out there in terms of talk to people. You're going to have luck and abundance and also shine. This is a great time to take a test, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's a beautiful time. Mercury sextile to Jupiter will give you that fortune and that edge of luck and advancement and growth. And Mercury will make your mind crisp and sharp, and you'll be able to communicate well. This is a great time to interview. This is a great time to present an idea to somebody. This is a great time. Long-term transit all this year. Your natal suns are trying to Saturn, which makes it even better. The fact that Jupiter the sextile to Jupiter, the sextile to Mercury, this is a fantastic time for career advancement. So I don't even care if you have a job, if you've always wanted to do something, if you've always wanted to work for a specific company, if you've always wanted to have a certain vocation. I want you to lay the groundwork now, because it will be blessed by the Midas touch of Jupiter. And if you keep it up, it will come true. I'm just saying, that's something you should consider. For long term, you guys are square to Neptune, so that can run a little bit of interception and make you a little overly romantic and not too good at love and romance for the next couple of years. Just an FYI, easily distracted, but that's long term. And to be honest with you, I don't think it's impacting you as much this week as it could. Because nothing is conjuncting Neptune. I think Neptune is trine to Mars, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just check that for a second. Yeah, Neptune is trine to Mars. So that's just a sense of putting your dreams into action and taking action on your dreams. Not taking action through fuzziness. It's more kind of believing and finding faith and really solidifying and acting in faith. And I like leaps of faith. That would be something that happens Neptune trine Mars. But I'm just saying, you guys, I think it's a beautiful week for you. Your natal suns are also trine to the South Node, which means feeling comfortable in your talents and skill set and what you've learned and ready to take that forward. Your natal suns are sextile to the North Node and quincunx to Pluto. Quincunx to Pluto means there's a lot of irritation happening, frustration. There's going to be a lot of changes that are going on in your life that are really, they won't be smooth. They will happen, and they will not destroy you, but they won't be smooth. They'll be a little bit rocky or bumpy, and there could be, since Pluto is in Aquarius, it could be just social issues, not necessarily social justice issues, but issues with friends, issues with your tribe, finding where you fit in. It could just be those things. Yeah, and that's it. Let's go to Decan 2. So Cancer 2s, you guys are the ones who are conjunct to Venus and square to Chiron. So this is going to be especially the 5th, the 5/23. So the 23rd of this week for you guys is going to be a little extra painful, a little extra kind of compromised for you, feeling like I'm just gross, and you're not at all. But there's this feeling of sadness that would come up of just not understanding your self-value, your self-worth would be a little bit compromised, or there could have been some damage or just damage to your self-image or things that you're working through. And it's like all of that will be coming, things that you're working through in relation to damage to not your reputation, but the way you look, your aesthetics, or just the way that you've been treated, or the way that your heart has been hurt, in the past, or financial issues. Just a sense of that, all that does that. It's tough. It's not that you can't survive these challenges, but it's like all of that will come to a head and get very personal for you, especially on the 23rd. It's only going to last. It won't last all week. Maybe 22nd to the 24th total, but it could be an extra emotional time for you. And definitely keep track of those finances there. And you have a long-term sextile to Uranus, which is for a couple of years. What does that mean? Rebellion, not wanting to feel like opportunity and being willing to take opportunity in places that you never thought you'd want to, and having your mind change about things that you thought, I felt so solidly about. Nope, this is curveball time, but opportunities arise from those curveballs because it's a sextile. You could also be thinking, or your mindset could be very ingenuitive and wanting to think outside the box and understand things in a different way can actually work for you in a functional way. So this isn't the worst time of your life. And even though Chiron is square to your natal suns, Chiron is now at 18 degrees. Aries, it's not going to be there for much longer. Those of you who are born at the very beginning of Cancer 2, so I would say probably July 1st through the 3rd, you guys are probably not even feeling this much anymore. Just an FYI, because it's starting to fade. Everything in astrology is based on geometry. So when there's more than a 10-degree gap, you don't really feel the energy. It's not really that aspect anymore. So you don't really feel the energy of it. It doesn't impact you to the same degree. So if you're like July 1st, 2nd, 3rd, you're probably not even really feeling it anymore. So you guys are all good. Now let's go to Decan 3 or Cancer 3s. You guys, Cancer 3s, you're sextile to this new moon. Yes. This is a wonderful thing. You're sextile to this new moon, so this is a new beginning. This is a clean start, a fresh start, like an absolute change, especially when it comes to purging all those problems that you might have had with your financial systems, the banking accounts, all of those things. It's almost like a reset for you. So take the blessings and definitely use this energy to manifest. Do your manifestations. It's just a blessed new moon. So there is a long-term so two things. This is only for Leo cusps. So this would be those of you who are born maybe the 19th, 20th, and 21st of July. And I'm sorry, Cancer 3s are Cancers born between, say, the 10th or 11th through the 21st of July. But Leo cusps are really only the 20th and 21st of July. So maybe up to the 19th, you'll still feel this. So it's specifically you guys. Your natal suns are in opposition to Pluto, simply because of where Pluto is positioned. It's at 0 degrees Aquarius. You guys are close enough there so that you're still opposite, in opposition. What does that mean? It means intense change and disruptive change that you will not be able to avoid. So this is more just about figuring out how to accept and gather yourself around faith, because it will be almost kind of relentless in a way. These changes that are going to be happening to you, and Pluto is not going anywhere anytime quick. This will be impacting you for the next couple of years. So there will be dynamic changes that are happening to your life. Pluto is in Aquarius now, so especially maybe your social structure, the friends that you have, what you belong to, or mostly what your beliefs are, your social beliefs are. You might experience things that make you change completely. Just an FYI. But that's over the next couple of years. This week, your natal suns are also conjunct to Mars, but only if you are the cusps. So only, like I said, maybe the 19th, 20th, 21st of July. Conjunction to Mars is intensification. It just makes you more physical. It makes you more virile. It makes you more energized and excitable. It could make you more punchy and pop-offish, but generally speaking, it just gives you vitality. And so use it. And if you're finding like you're about to pop out of your own skin, go for a walk, go for a swim. Get yourself into your physical body, and that will help you process it and intellectualize it and be able to focus that energy to work for you, not against you. You also have a long-term trine to Neptune. That's for the next couple of years. And what does that mean? Creativity. this is one of the best times for you in terms of allowing yourself to explore your psychic abilities and your creativity. Trust it and use it, and it will be very beautiful. So you let me know in the comments below how you're experiencing this energy, Cancerians, and definitely come on over to Born Without Boundaries Tarot for your week ahead tarot card reading. I'll see you guys. Oh, subscribe to the channel before you leave. I'll see you guys there. Bye.